Okay, so this is class number 1, self-defense skills, self-defense course. Let me make sure I have a bunch of stuff to talk to you guys about today. Number 1, I'll introduce myself. My name is Mr. Q, Professor Q, or Coach Q, or just Q. I don't care what you call me. It's all good. I'm a professor here at LA City College. I also bounce around, Harbor, Southwest. I'm also a professional MMA fighter. I do that on the side so it's kind of my passion. I'm also a martial artist, so this class is very special to me, and I'll get into what this class is in a second. But first things first, let me explain the Zoom stuff. Let me explain the Canvas stuff really quickly. It's day 1 stuff. We should all be familiar with this. But anyway, this is Zoom, and basically every Monday through Thursday, you guys realize this is a summer course. This is 5 condensed weeks, and I'm trying to cram in 16 weeks of material into 5 weeks, which is really pretty intense. I realize that, and I'm sure some of you guys realize that too, that you need to be prepared to at least give 7 hours, right? In class, we're gonna have roughly an hour and a half a day. Some days will be a little shorter. But in general, 6 hours of Zoom meetings a week. And then on top of that, I give you guys little assignments. Nothing crazy. They're usually little discussions, or I'll have you watch little YouTube videos. And part of your grade is you have to watch those videos, obviously. And you have to, sometimes I'll ask you to practice a move. I'm giving you a new self-defense martial art move, and you're going to have to rehearse it and practice it and go over it and over on your own or with a partner, and then you have to go back and write something. And I don't grade it like an English teacher or anything like that. I just want to make sure you did the assignment, you understand, and you tried. Sometimes you're going to have trouble finding a partner. That's going to happen a lot. Don't stress about that. Just do your best. Like I said, this class it's 5 weeks. It's crammed. As a matter of fact, I don't think I'm going to be able to cover everything, so I'm probably going to have to cut out a lot of material. So we're just going to do our best. But like I said, this is self-defense, and it's a serious subject, I believe, and I'll get into that in a second. So always do your best. So anyways, this class, basically show up, and each class will be, it's this kinesiology. This is PE. This is PE for college, right? This is actively moving, so expect to sweat every class. These classes are designed to, you're learning technique, you're learning what to do, what not to do, but you're also doing it, and I believe in repetitions, and I believe in performing stuff over and over and over again until it sticks in your mind, so you don't have to think when bad stuff happens. So this class, we're gonna have 5 weeks, so that's 4 classes a week. That's 20 sessions total. Each class you will get 20 points just for showing up. You guys showed up today. You have 20 points. Please try not to leave early. And if you cannot make it, that's the other thing. If you can't make it, or you're gonna miss class for whatever reason, just communicate with me, and I'll set something. We'll set up some kind of arrangement, and we'll figure that out. So the class is 8 a.m. to 9:30 a.m. I don't know how you guys feel about that. It is possible for us to bump it back to 9 a.m., but we really have to have a consensus there. I'll let you guys kind of vote on that. I know some of you have other classes or stuff like that. If not, no big deal. We'll keep it as it is. But I'm more of a night owl. But if we want to do 9 a.m., we can do 9 a.m. If not, no big deal. We'll figure that out. We'll figure that out later. All right. So anyways, the class basically is show up Monday through Thursday, 8 a.m. to 9:30. You get 20 points. And then you'll have a discussion. All this stuff is on Canvas. You should be familiar with Canvas by now. If not, there's all kinds of tutorials. There's video. There's YouTube. Or ask me, and I'll point you to a bunch of guides. But on Canvas, as you know, you go to the home section or the modules. Home and modules. They're both basically the same thing, and they show you exactly what's up for the class. They're going to show you what assignment is due. They're going to show you also what I'm doing here is I'm actually recording these. I'm recording one video is on Zoom, and I have another camera that's on kind of just mostly on me. And so I'm recording all these classes, and what I do is I link them on YouTube. I put them up on YouTube, and then I put them on Canvas. So you can always re-watch these classes, because these classes, sometimes I drink something, I drink these energy drinks a lot, and sometimes I'm talking super fast, and I'm moving fast, and I'm throwing a lot of new moves at you guys. And yes, I'd like you to absorb them, and you're there, but you can also always go back and rewatch them. You can always go back to the videos and skip around. If there's something you didn't understand, you can rewatch it and rewatch it, or you can review it later on. We are going to have a midterm and a final at the end. So basically that's the class. So we have Zoom meetings, that's 20 points, times 20, that's 400 points. And then we're going to have discussions. We're going to have one or two, probably 2 a week. And towards the end, I might cram in 3. Sorry, guys. I really want you guys to learn these moves because I feel at the end of the 16 weeks, I want you to be able to defend yourself. I want you to be able to handle yourself in any bad situation. That's what self-defense is being able to handle yourself physically and mentally in these bad situations. Because unfortunately, we live in crazy times, man. People are getting assaulted every second of the day. People get robbed, people get assaulted, there's a lot of mentally unstable people in this world. There's school shootings nowadays, which is crazy. That's a new one. So we have to be prepared for these bad situations, right? We always hope for the best, but we plan for the worst. We prepare for the worst. Sexual assault is another huge situation. So these things are all kind of, I try to cover as much as of anything that it could happen, that could possibly bad happen. I try to cover that in this class, and I try to come up with scenarios. Okay, so that's the basics. So Zoom, if you can't make it, please email me because that's 20 points. If you're gonna miss a lot of classes, it's gonna be really difficult to get an A in here. Okay, and discussions, those are pretty easy. Yes, they require a little effort, but those are pretty. And then the midterm and final, don't stress over it. It's just stuff that you hear me say over. I repeat myself a lot. You hear me say stuff over and over and over again because I wanted to drill it. I want it to sink into your subconscious. So that's all that comes out in the midterms and finals. Okay, so besides that, I introduced myself. So like I said, I'm Professor Q. So I take this stuff seriously because I kind of devoted my life to martial arts. I love martial arts. And I feel to defend yourself, you actually have to become a martial artist. You have to think like a martial artist. So part of this class is I'm forcing you to become martial artists, at least for the next 5 weeks, all right? So you guys are all martial artists now, whether you like it or not, because that's the best way to defend yourself. How do you defend yourself? Using your body as a weapon, using your mind as a weapon. And that's what this class is gonna turn you into that. It's gonna make you kind of switch your mindset. You're no longer vulnerable. You're no longer a prey. You're now, you're gonna think differently after this class is over because for the next 5 weeks, I'm gonna be drilling all these martial arts movements into you. These are the way to respond when somebody punches you in the face. You're gonna know exactly what to do. When somebody tries to take you down, if somebody's trying to choke you on top of you, somebody's trying to, all these different scenarios, you're gonna know what to do because in this class, we're gonna drill them over and over and over again. The only problem is, this is Zoom, right? This class was my favorite on campus. I loved it on campus because you guys are all there. We all have partners. We have equipment. We have Thai pads. We have mitts. We have gloves. We have wrestling mats. And I actually make you guys, we learn techniques and you guys drill on each other. So you were forced to practice these over and over and over again. The problem with Zoom, of course, is we're all at home. We don't have equipment. Some of you are in your bedrooms. It's very difficult, but that doesn't mean we can't plant the seeds. In this class, that's what I'm doing. I'm planting the seeds of the moves that need to be inside you, to be programmed in your mind. And we're going to drill them over and over and over again. And eventually, I'm hoping some of you will be inspired to keep training because that's what it requires. 5 weeks is great. It's better than nothing for sure. You're definitely going to learn a lot, but it's not enough to be a complete martial artist, a confident person who could defend themselves everywhere. I think in a good 6 months or a year, you can do that. And that's it. You devote 6 months to a year of your life just to learning these skills, to implanting them. And for the rest of your life, you're going to feel fairly confident to handle yourself in most of these situations. Because I say it all the time, these criminals, these people, a lot of them are bullies. They don't have skills. You guys are going to learn skills in this class. You're going to learn abilities. They don't have that. Most of them are bullies. They just want to they want to physically intimidate you. They want to bully you because they're bigger and stronger or whatever the case is. And that's what's going to happen. All right, anyways, sorry. So anyways, any questions on that? And I do encourage you guys, it's Zoom, I understand, but I do like you guys to talk. Sometimes I feel like a crazy person talking for an hour by myself. But if you have anything to say, you can always unmute yourself. I like hearing your guys' voices. Unmute yourself, and then we'll go from there. Also, the way I take attendance is here. I don't know if you can see everybody. So everybody has a little name. When you log onto Zoom, you have a name underneath you. Some of you have your full name, which is great. What I do is I take a snapshot at the beginning of class. So at 8 a.m., I take a snapshot of who's here. That's the way I take attendance. Once the class begins, I can't really take attendance. And then I try to do it at the end, but sometimes I forget because I'm all over the place. So really, if you're here on time, great. I take a snapshot, you're here. If you show up late, please stay after and remind me that you showed up, because otherwise I'll mark you absent. All right. And the other thing is, please put your full name. Most of you have it, but sometimes people have iPhone, or you use somebody else's account and you have somebody else's name, because this is how I take roll. So most of you are great. The other thing is, I would really appreciate having your screens on. I know. There's so many excuses to have them off. But the reality is, this is a martial art class. This is an interactive kinesiology course. And the way, what I'm doing is I teach you certain skills, and then I want you to do them. And I'm trying to watch you guys. I'm trying to watch you guys do the moves that you just learned. And I'm trying to correct you. Sometimes it's hard for me, right? This class is pretty big. Sometimes I have 30 people doing these moves, and I'm trying to figure out, and maybe half of you are kind of, which is normal, half of you are kind of messing up the move at the beginning. But as the weeks go along, we do the same moves over and over again, and we're going to fix that. We're going to fix all that as we go along. So please keep the screen on. I can't force you guys, but what I do is I give people who have their screens on extra, kind of, not extra credit, but as you know, there's no pluses or minuses. So you're like, if you're in a B range, like a B plus range, I'll bump you up to an A. Or you know what I'm saying? So you guys get those little extra benefits. And of course you get if you need to make up any work or any extra privileges, I try to do that. So anyway, that's the other thing. What else? All right, so that's the basic Zoom. That's the basic Canvas. So Canvas, also I'm gonna try to put out announcements once or twice a week, so look out for those. I'll also put the Zoom link. I know some of you don't like to go through Canvas. You can also do it on your phone if you're out somewhere. I'll put the Zoom link as well, so you can bounce around with that. And once again, just go on the modules. Everything is on the modules. It's all set up there week by week. At the end of every class, I try to, like I said, I upload it to YouTube, and then I'll try the next day or the day after, I'll upload all these videos, so you can rewatch the videos if you choose to. Okay, so that's the basics, day one stuff. Besides that, what is self-defense? Like I said, self-defense is ability, like I said, God forbid bad stuff happens, you have to be able to defend yourself. And people rely on 911 or whatever. It just takes, I think the average is like 12 minutes to 20 minutes. And bad situations, every second really counts. So you need to be able to defend yourself for at least 12 minutes, at the least. And that's if you're lucky. That's if you're able to call 911. That's if you're, so this class is really, I really push, of course, all this martial arts and skills and abilities, but I also push physical conditioning. This class, I want you guys sweating. I want you guys working hard. And so beginning of every class, we're gonna do a lot of conditioning, a lot of body weight exercises. And I do that for two reasons. Obviously, all the benefits of exercise, but also to get your cardio, your endurance up, because cardio endurance, you could be the baddest fighter in the world, but if you get tired, in a bad situation, it's game over for you for a lot of time. It's a bad situation, so expect to get pushed a little bit. I'm also a strength and conditioning coach. I train a lot of pro athletes, so I like to push you guys a little bit. And also part of this class is to tap into that warrior spirit, that point where everybody kind of you feel uncomfortable, you're ready to quit, but you're not going to quit, because we have all that. We all have a warrior inside of us that, for the most part, a lot of times it's dormant. We don't need to access that, but I want it to be there when you need it. All right, to be able to push, to be able to keep moving, keep going forward when things are rough. All right, so that's part of this class. Also, I will push you a little bit. I'll start off a little easy this week, but the second, third, fourth week, we're definitely and we'll work our way up there. Okay, so there's that. So part of this class, real quick, the first little thing is the third little concept I want you guys to realize is the 3 F's. There's the 3 F's of self-defense. The first one is flight. Flight, run away. If you can move, run away, evade, get out of there. That's always the best situation, right? Most of the time, If you can get away, run away, avoid the situation, avoid the ugliness, avoid the legal ramifications, avoid bad situations. Get out of there. Unfortunately, a lot of times you can't get out of there. What if you're with your little brother or sister or son or daughter, or you're stuck in an elevator, you're stuck in a room, or you're stuck in a... if you can't get away, then we go to the second two F's. The one we try to avoid is the freeze, right? And I don't know if some of you have been there before. You're in a bad situation. You're so scared and you just freeze. You become paralyzed. You're self-paralyzed. You don't know what to do. And at that point, that's the worst case scenario. That's what we try to avoid the most. Do not freeze, because at that point, you just become a prey. You become vulnerable. They can do anything they want to you, and you're trying to rely on the mercy of that person who may or may not be merciful. So we always avoid the freeze. And why do people freeze? A, they're scared, right? They're fearful situation, which is a normal response. And I have a whole little lecture on fear later. But also because they don't know what to do. They don't have anything programmed. They don't have any moves. They don't know what the next step is. And that's what this class is all about, is to go into the kind of the third F, which is fight. You have to fight sometimes. Sometimes in life, there's no way out of it, right? We try to avoid it at all costs, but if it has to happen, you have to fight back. You have to defend yourself. And this class is all about defending yourself. What to do when you can't run away, when you can't freeze, and you got to defend yourself, right? It might be a life and death situation, or it might just be you getting really hurt or assaulted in some way. But this class is to tap into to what to do next, to fight. So this class, I only have 5 weeks. Usually I have 16 weeks. But sometimes it's better. Because we're here every day, it's gonna get drilled into your head a little easier versus my 16 weeks class, which is twice a week. Okay, so remember that concept. Run away, flight, avoid the fear, fight back. That's what this class is about. I'm trying to think. Anything else? Let me check my notes real quick. Sorry. A little rusty. Also, the other thing is I'm actually, it's kind of weird. I'm actually a professional cage fighter, and I actually have a fight next Sunday night. So I told my boss, hey, I don't know about this class, because that Monday morning or Tuesday, my face, generally, we get kind of beat up in these last time I got a bunch of scars on my face or broken nose or black eyes, so I may or may not be here next Monday, so I'll figure that out. If I'm not here, I always have pre-recorded video, and I'll put that up there on there. So just to let you know, that's next Monday. But generally, I'm always here. I'm always high energy, kind of too much energy. Sometimes I got to pull back, and we're going to get through a lot. Okay, so basically that's it. Blah, blah, blah. All right, so I think that's it. Any questions? Any questions from anybody at all? Okay. Okay, here's the situation. This class is kind of broken up in 3 parts. Part 1 is kind of fighting on your feet, which means striking. So I teach you guys the martial arts that I teach for this class, and there's a lot of martial arts. Let me answer your question first. I hate when... the short answer is I'll work with that. I've had people in tiny little bedrooms. I've had people, obviously the more space, the better. I will have you doing a lot of floor exercises. That's a good question. So I'm hoping most of you have a rug or buy maybe a yoga mat. They're pretty cheap now. We will be doing a lot of exercises on the ground. So hopefully you can get a yoga mat. But for the most part, I can work with whatever you have. We'll make it work. You know, I'm pretty flexible. But like I said, the first part of this class is striking. So we're going to be on our feet. We're going to be punching, kicking. I'm going to teach you guys how to use your elbows, how to use your knees, how to throw proper kicks, how to defend yourself, how to move your head. So that's the first part of this class. And the first part of this class is basically kind of boxing, traditional American boxing, and kickboxing, Muay Thai, which is the art of 8 limbs. So that's the first part of this class. And I want you guys to learn how to move. So we are going to move around a little bit. I'll teach you how to move forward, backwards, how to pivot. Part 1. Part 2 of this class is going to learn what happens when somebody grabs you or trying to take you down or tries to choke you, or how do you hold somebody. That's the clinch portion, and that part is pretty much the same, no big deal. The third part, we're going to be doing a lot of stuff on the ground, right? We're going to be learning jiu-jitsu, which is the art of ground fighting, how to fight on the ground, or if somebody's trying to hold you down or choke you, or what do you do? How do you get up? How do you get out of that? So short answer is you guys should all be fine. Hopefully, yes, most of you are, a lot of you are in your bedrooms. That's fine. I have this big space, but I try to keep in mind that you guys are limited. So just do what you can. Do your best. That should be the short answer. Okay. And like I said, there's a lot of different martial arts. There's stick fighting, there's all kinds of karates and kung fu, and there's good and bad to each one of them. But the ones I've chosen, the martial arts I've chosen, are martial arts that work against other martial artists. They work against fighters, use them against other trained fighters. And what that means is, if these moves work against other trained fighters, people who've been doing this for 5-10 years or longer, that means it'll for sure, definitely 100% work on criminals who don't have any training or any skills whatsoever. That's why these are so amazing. That's why I've these moves, like every time I do these competitions, I'm also a jiu-jitsu black belt. I'm trying to get my judo black belt. I've been doing boxing and kickboxing. I'm doing all these things. So I'm always practicing these moves, and you're trying to do them against other skilled, trained fighters. So what I'm saying is the martial arts that I've chosen are ones that work all the time, not just sometimes. Some martial arts only work sometimes on certain situations. So these are the ones I've chosen. A lot of them are fine. And also because this is a self-defense class, we're going to learn some dirty fighting also, right? Sometimes groin shots are a huge... I'm definitely going to teach you guys how to do proper groin shots. You're going to be groin shot experts at the end of this semester. Also, you're going to learn how to poke in the eyes and headbutt. Hopefully, these are things you never, ever have to use. But you always have to. I always want to keep you guys always have. You always are armed. We all have these bones, these sharp attachments attached to us at all times. So we're never unarmed. Okay, so that's that. Okay. Any other questions? All right, so today we're not gonna go the full, we're just gonna go half hour. Today will be our first class, so we're actually gonna get up and we're gonna sweat a little bit. Usually I have music. This is my new setup. Eventually I'm gonna have a big screen here, and I'm gonna put Apple TV, and I'm gonna project my iPad to the Apple TV so I can see you guys. I really love seeing you guys training with me. That's why it makes the class so much better when you have the screens on. When you have the screens off, I'm always a little suspicious that you're watching cartoons. So I don't know. So please have the screens on. I will have some music, not today. Today I'm actually I just moved into this place. Actually, I just rented my house. My parents having a little trouble. They're a little elderly. My father's having trouble walking, so I just moved in here with my parents. My parents have this nice big house here. So I'm gonna be living here for the next 2 months. So I'm getting used to it. My old setup, I had everything all nice and set up, but this one, each week will get a little better. All right, so are we ready? Are we ready for our first lesson, self-defense lesson? Okay, all right, first lesson, we gotta stand up, we gotta get up. And also too, it's really difficult with, as you guys realize, these lights. I'm a cameraman, I'm a director, so sometimes I'm gonna cut my head off. I really like for you guys to see my feet. Footwork are everything. So it's really gonna be hard for me to try to find the right angle. I'm not sure about the lights. Anyways, who cares? Let's get up. Let's start our first martial art, our first self-defense lesson. All right, everybody. So, actually before that, let's do a little warm-up, sorry. Physical conditioning. I know you guys, some of you hate it, some of you love it, but our body is our weapon. And the stronger you are, the better cardio you have, the better you are able to pull these moves off. I say it all the time, skills are more important. Somebody who's highly skillful, they could be weaker and smaller than the bigger, stronger person that doesn't have any skills. But, you guys there? Oh, man. Internet. Are we there? Sorry. So I'm worried about the most is the internet connection here. Okay, thank you. Yeah, I'm not so confident with this internet connection out here. Okay, I gotta get one of those, what do you call it? Bouncers, routers, I don't know, extenders. All right, so anyways, let's do a little warm up first. Let's start nice and easy here. I like this one here. Look at my arms. My elbows are shoulder width. We're gonna twist left, twist right, twist left, twist right. Let's do this 12 times. And look at, I want you to notice I'm turning my hips. Turning my hips. Are we still there? Internet, stop. Turning my hips. Keep going. 6, 5, 4. This class, you're really gonna learn how to use your hips. Your hips are this is the source of your power. You guys don't realize it. Most of us just sit on our hips all day. We walk or we jog or whatever. But our hips are the source of your power. You're hearing me say it 1,000 times for your punches, for your kicks. All right, so right now we're just warming up, but also we're learning how to use our hips. Twisting, turning, good. Nice, all right, let's do a little squat. We're gonna touch the ground, touch our toes, touch the sky. Let's do that 10 times. 9, 8. In every class, we're gonna start off with a little warm up, a lot of body weight exercises. And each week will get progressively more difficult, more challenging. Why? Because that's how you get more fit. That's how you get to another level. 5, 4. I really do like music. I don't know how. I forgot. I gotta get another. 3, 2, and 1. Nice. All right, let's try this one here. Look at this. My back is straight. My legs are straight. I'm gonna do a nice little deep bow. I'm gonna bow there. Then I'm gonna bend my knees, and I'm gonna quarter turn. I'm gonna do a little bow here. Dip and so I'm doing a little bow in each direction. Back straight, leg straight. Let's get 10 of these. I gotta figure out the lighting here. Keep going. 6, 5. You should feel it. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Nice. All right, good. Let's do a little here. Look at my one leg forward, one leg back. My arm is nice and loose. I'm gonna make it whip around, but my arm is loosey goosey. Oh, look at my hips. My hips and legs are doing everything. Look at my lips, and as I bend, and I'm creating that little force. All right, so let's do a little whip around, a little whip. Let's go. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. We're learning how to use our hips to generate power. We're gonna learn how to punch and kick. I don't know about today, maybe tomorrow. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And of course, let's put the other leg forward, same thing. Also, I have the screens flipped around, so it's kind of weird, but it makes me into a left-handed person instead of a right-handed person. So you hear me say left and it'll really be right. And that's because the camera is flipped around. So keep that in mind. I know it's kind of weird. All right, and the other direction. Let's go. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Nice. Let's do this one here. We're gonna squat down, nice and squat deep. And on the way up, we're gonna do a little bit of little uppercuts. Squat down, little uppercuts on the way up. Squat down, little uppercuts on the way up. All right, that's it. Let's go. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Nice. All right, great. All right, let's wake up our jump muscles. Our type 1 jump fibers, all right? We're gonna jump forward, start with little wimpy ones. Jump back, jump left, jump right. We're gonna do that 5 times though. Each time, make it a little bit more progressively, a little further. Forward, back, side to side. All right, that's 2. And a little forward, a little more, forward, back, side to side. Nice. 2 more, forward, back, side to side. Last one. Side to side. All right, good. Nice.
All right, now let's get a little bouncy, 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 bouncy. We're on our toes. We have 1 foot forward, 1 foot back. We're bouncing up and down. Nice and bouncy. We're gonna learn how to be really light on our feet. How to be mobile, how to move. As I said before, the first part of self-defense is get out of there. Move, move. Don't be in one spot. You stay in one spot, you're just a big punching bag. But if you're moving around, right, even if you take a little half step back, half step forward, side to side, that's way better than just staying in one spot. All right, let's hop and switch our stance. Put the other foot forward. And just bounce, just get really comfortable. Every martial artist, every boxer, they all do jump rope. Why do they do jump rope? And switch your stance every so often. Bounce, bounce, bounce. Yes. Yes, go ahead. Right now we're just warming up, so don't worry about it yet. Yeah, right now we're actually switching. Switching every so often. 1 foot forward, 1 foot back. This class I'm actually gonna make you get really good with both sides. We're just warming up. We're just conditioning. All right, we're doing that kind of imaginary jump rope. All right, good, good, good. And good, all right. Last warm-up exercise. I always like to end it with a little tough one. Today we're just gonna do some old-fashioned jumping jacks. Old-fashioned, all right? So we're gonna start here. We're gonna here to here. We're gonna do 10 jumping jacks, and we're gonna do 10 forward jacks, and then 10 hip jacks, all right? So ready, ready, ready? And that'll be our easy end of the warm-up. Ready? And hit it. Let's go. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now let's put 1 foot forward, 1 foot, both hands, same side arm, same side leg, and switch. Switch. Let's go. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And I'm gonna jump and turn my hips. Hips, 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 twist, twist, twist. So lower half twist. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And we're gonna do the whole thing one more time. Sorry. Part 2. Ready, ready? And hit it. Let's go. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And forward jacks. Hit it. Let's go. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And lower half twist. Twist. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And good. All right, nice. Actually, one more. Sorry. One more warm-up exercise. Let's do some push-ups. Do we have yoga mats yet? All right, we're gonna have to tough it out. So if you have a yoga mat, you use it. I have a yoga mat, but I'm not gonna use it because I know some of you don't have it. So we're gonna tough it out. Sorry. So let's do some push-ups. It's one of the best ways to get your upper body stronger, but you have to do them consistently, just like any other exercise. All right, so we're gonna do them on our knees. We're gonna do on our knees. We're gonna do 30 push-ups, but don't stress over it. We're gonna do 10 with our hands shoulder width, and then we're gonna put our hands wide, and then we're gonna put our hands close together. All right, so 30 push-ups on our knees. Try your best. You guys ready? All right, let's go. Try your best. Even if you can't do them, just do half reps. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Good. Now I'm gonna put my hands really wide, really exaggerate. Hands wide. And hit it. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And hands together now. Tricep style. And hit it. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And that's it. That'll be it for our warm-up. Today's easy. Easy warm-up. Alrighty. Come on, internet. Alright, so let's pop up. Let's pop up. It's killing me. You guys there? Can somebody say something? Are we there? All right, good. So you guys are taking a little breather. So that's perfect. Okay. So that's a typical, nice, little, easy warm-up. Mostly bodyweight exercises. Okay. All right. Now let's do our first real self-defense lesson. Okay. So let's get back up. All right. Oh, I'm muted? Ooh. How about now? Good? Okay, all right, thank you. Yeah, please let me know that. I'm really, this technology stuff, I should have it down by now. But, I know as you get older, you get less and less technologically valid. All right, anyway, so first lesson is, all right, if you cannot run away, if you cannot use your words, right, the power of words, if you cannot rationalize with somebody, if you cannot warn them, stay away, please, if you cannot say, hey, there's cameras everywhere, leave me alone, if you can't talk people out of it for whatever reason, you have to fight. And the first things first is you have to get in a proper stance. What is a proper stance, right? And this is your home base. You should always be in a proper, when you feel threatened, you should always be in a stance. What is a stance? You have one leg forward, one leg back. The leg that's back, that should be the same side as your dominant hand. Whatever you write with, right? If you're right-handed or left-handed, that is your dominant hand. If you're, right? So some of you will be here, some of you will be here. Most of you are right-handed, right? Remember the camera flips everything around, so most of you are right-handed. So that means you have the leg that's back, that's the same side as your dominant hand. And both hands, you're gonna have them around your cheeks. I call it being on your phone. You're on the phone on both sides. Why do we do that? Because you need to protect your vulnerable areas. What are your vulnerable areas? Your jaw, your chin, your whole jawline, the temple here as well. You never wanna get hit here because what happens when you get hit here, it rattles your brain, it shuts your brain off, you get jolted, you can get knocked out, you can get hurt. Also too, here in the temple. So temple, jaw, chin, you want to avoid that. The nose doesn't feel good. And of course, you always want to protect your eyes. In general, you want to have your hands up around your face. And there's different, we'll talk about the different ways of protecting, but this is your basic stance. Be on the phone, 1 foot forward, 1 foot back. All right, your elbows are nice and tight. Why are they nice and tight? Because you want to protect your body. You don't want to have your elbows flared out because it leaves your body wide open. Elbows tight, hands around your face. My shoulders are a little high. Look at my shoulders are up, and and I'm shrugging a little bit, right? I'm nice and protected. I'm protecting my vulnerable areas. My feet are not too wide, not too narrow. You got to keep it nice and balanced. And we're up on our toes. Why are we up on our toes? That way we're very mobile. We can move in and out. It's very light on our feet. All right, so here in a stance, and this is your. If you're being attacked, just showing that you're ready to defend yourself, showing that you're ready to be physical, right here, boom. A lot of times that's enough to dissuade a lot of these people. Like I said, a lot of these bullies, a lot of these criminals, they're just bullies. If you show that you're here, you're ready, right? Your body language, here, I'm ready to defend myself, I'm ready to fight back, versus here, standing here scared with your hands down, looking away. That's all body language. And that's important in the self-defense situation. You need to show that you're ready to fire back. And a good proper stance with a good look in your eye, that shows. All right, so that's a good proper stance. 1 foot forward, 1 foot back. All right, how do we move? Whenever we move, the proper way to move, whatever direction you want to move in, that foot moves first. For instance, if I want to move forward, my front leg moves, the back leg slides. I step and slide. The front leg moves, step and slide. Step and slide. Same thing moving backwards. I want to move backwards, my back leg moves first. The front leg slides. Step and slide. Look at that, but I'm still nice and balanced. I'm still in my stance. All right, so let's go forward twice, backward twice. So whatever direction you want to move in, that foot moves first. It's like a little waltz. You're moving and you're always nice and balanced. Your feet are always underneath you. Your head is always over your feet. Your hands are always up. You don't know if they're going to attack you. You don't know if they're going to punch you. You gotta be ready to fire back. You gotta be ready to defend. Forward and back. Little Walt. Forward and back. Good. Nice. All right, so how do we move sideways? Same concept. If I want to move this one, this leg, that one moves first, the leg slides. Let's go twice to the right, and then same concept the other direction. This leg moves first and slide. We step and slide. Step and slide. Again, sideways. 2 to the right, 2 to the left. Step and slide. But my feet are always, look, they never cross. You never cross your feet. You're never too close. They're never too wide. You step and slide. You come right back to your stance. Come right back to your stance. All right, so let's try it. Let's go forward, back, side to side. Forward, back, and we're nice and loose, nice and relaxed. And we're gonna learn to be that. Right? At first, when you first start doing martial arts, you start training, you're really tense. You're really stiff. That's because you're not used to doing this stuff, but you're gonna learn how to relax. You're gonna be nice and loose, nice and limber. All right, so that's how you move. In general, whatever direction you wanna move in, that leg has to move first. Forward step and slide, backward step and slide. Left step and slide, right step and slide. All right, so that's the basic concept. And right now we're moving slow, but sometimes you're gonna move fast. Right, so let's go forward and back twice. Fast though, forward twice, back twice. Forward twice, back twice. And let's go sideways fast. Side twice, left side, right side. And we always come right back to our home base, our nice balanced stance. Our hands are up, our elbows are tucked, our feet are underneath us, we're in our feet, we're nice and bouncy, we're nice and mobile. At any moment we can move. We can move out of the way, we can move in, we can move out. Side to side. Nice. Okay, so we'll do more of that later. But that's the basics of movement. All right, what if somebody tries to run around you? And that's a big no-no. You never let anybody get behind you. You always keep your attacker in front of you. Keep your eyes on your attacker, always, that's a rule. Never let them get to the side of you. So if somebody tries to run around you, we can't really just turn around like a normal person. We have to stay in our stance, right? And the way we do that is called a pivot. You do a pivot step. So in our stance, we lean a little forward. That brings our weight on the front leg. That means the back leg is nice and light. And that means we can spin around. Look at that, how easy I spinned around, right? So imagine somebody's trying to run around you with a baseball bat. You gotta stay in your stance, right? Pivot, you gotta be ready to pivot. You can pivot both directions. So lean forward, all your weight's forward, your back leg's nice and light, you can pivot. You can pivot, you do a little pivot, you can do a big pivot. So let's try that, let's pivot a little bit. Let's practice pivoting. All right, imagine somebody's trying to run around you. You're not gonna let them get behind you, never. All right, so you might have to take a step forward and then pivot. Let's try it. Step, pivot. Let's step forward twice and then pivot. Forward twice and then pivot. Let's go backwards and then pivot. All right, so we can pivot left, pivot right. All right, so that's just a general concept. Don't let anybody get to the side or behind you. You keep them in front of you. You keep them where you can see them and where you can best attack and defend. Okay, so pivot, that's another concept. And we'll do more of that later. All right, so now let's learn our first lesson. Before I teach you guys how to throw proper punches and all the other offensive stuff, we gotta learn how to defend. How to defend. Okay, so I want you guys getting really good at defense. The first thing, let's go through a bunch of them. What time is it? I'm gonna go a little faster. Okay, so the first things first, to defend, right? First thing I want you guys learning how to use is to move your head. Head movement is really important. If your head stays in the same place, it's so easy to hit, right? You're easy to hit. Anybody can hit you. Anybody can throw these crazy loopy punches. But if you're moving your feet, number one, and you're moving your head, it's super difficult to get hurt, to get hit, all right? So number one thing we're gonna learn is how to move our head. So here it is. The first thing, if anybody's throwing any kind of straight punches right at your head, or maybe they're trying to spear you with something, or any kind of like straight punches, we're gonna learn how to move our head. It's called a slip. We're gonna slip our head to the side. We just bend at the waist. We move our head off that center line, right? Our head's in a nice center line. We slip to the left, slip to the right, and our hands stay up though. Look at that. My hands stay up and I stay in my stance. I slip to the right, I come right back. Slip, slip. All right, so imagine straight punches coming right at your head. Boom, I'm throwing slow motion punches at your head. And I want you to imagine you're slipping. You're moving your head off to the side. And you see boxers do this all day. They move their head off that center line. They just slip. They just bend at the waist, right? They're moving their head. Their feet are still kind of planted. And remember, you move your head when you can't move your feet for whatever reason. Maybe you're stuck. You're in a bar. Your back's against the wall. You're stuck. and you gotta move your head. All right, so when you're not moving your feet, you're moving your head. When you're not moving your feet or your head, you better have your hands up, and that's part 3. All right, anyway, so first thing we learned is the slip. So let's do that right now. Let's slip to the side, lift, slip left, slip right. Let's go. Let's do 20. I want you guys getting some reps in. Let's go. Slip. I'm throwing straight punches at your head. And here's the other thing. When you slip, you want to slip to the outside. What is the outside? Oh, internet. You're killing me. Are we there? Can you hear me? All right, anyways. Come on. Come on. Are we there? Sorry about that. My internet's terrible. I gotta fix that ASAP. All right, so anyways, so remember, we slip to the outside. What is the outside? Look, slip to the outside, because if you slip the other way, what's gonna happen? If they're throwing straight punches, you're gonna go right into a punch. So I always slip to the outside. Slip to the outside of a punch. Slip, 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 slip. Let's go, fast. Let's go, 10, slips. I'm throwing straight punches right to your head. You're slipping. Let's go. Let's go, 20. Slip, 19, faster, let's go, 18, slip, 17. And I want you guys to slip right now. You gotta move kind of fast. You can't go slow motion. You gotta get out of the way. Let's go, 10, 9, 8, slip. You guys hear me? 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Did it mute again? All right, sorry. All right, guys. The first class is always technical issues. Okay, so that's slipping. We got that? Everybody got that? Okay, good. Next thing, what if they're not straight punches? What if they're coming from the side? What if they're throwing these crazy hooks from the side? Or what if they're swinging a baseball bat at your head? Or I see these skateboards being slipped, right? What do we do for that? We can't slip, right? We're still gonna get hit. Now we gotta bend our knees. We gotta get underneath it. We gotta squat. We gotta get under. So let's get under right now. Let's get under. Let's go 10 times. Under. You can't hear me or see me? See me, huh? Okay. All right, sorry about that. Yeah, I'm gonna change locations. This location looks nice, but the internet sucks. All right, so let's get under. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So that's how we get under. So imagine punches, right? Imagine punches coming right for your head. You're gonna get underneath. You're gonna bend your knees. You're gonna make that little U-shaped squat. You're making a little U-shaped squat. Under. All right, let's practice. All right, and a lot of times people throw more than one kind of punch at you. So right now I'm gonna throw 2 straight punches, jab cross, hook, which means you're gonna go slip, under. All right, so let's do that 8 times. All right, so let's go. Slip, under. All right, again, slip, under. Each time go a little faster. Slip, under. Slip, under. Slip, under. 2 more, faster. All right, so I'm going to 2 straight, 2 hooks. Slip, under. Slip, under. 1 more, slip, under. Nice. All right, good. All right, so that's how we defend straight punches, and that's how we defend these side punches, these hooks. And we're gonna learn how to throw those next tomorrow. All right, what if people, I see these all the time in these fights, everybody's throwing these crazy windmill punches, right? They're throwing these crazy overhands. They're kind of sloppy punches. They look like you're swimming. The problem with those is they're super powerful. They are effective if they land, but they shouldn't land because you see it coming. Here it comes. I'm gonna get you. So, all right, so the way we defend those, if we can't use our feet, if we can't step away and move out, we have to put our hands up. So now we're gonna use our arms. I call these arms, these are our armor. These are our shields. We all have shields attached to us. We gotta learn how to use our arms as shields. Later, we're gonna learn how to use our legs as shields also. All right, so imagine overhands coming right at your head, bam. So you're gonna have to slip. This is what I'm doing. Look, it looks like I'm combing my hair, right? My arms are nice and tight. So it's called a shield block. You're blocking with your arms. And usually I like to lean back a little bit, and look how tight it is. There's no space in there, right? If there's space in there, it can still get in. Make it tight. All right, so shield block, block. Let's do 10 of these. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. These are shield blocks, right? I'm shielding. I'm also moving my head off. I'm moving my head a little bit. I'm not just going here. I'm moving a little bit to the, I'm dipping with it. I'm moving with it. I'm creating these shields, these blocks. Okay, nice. So that's how we defend straight punches, right? We slip straight punches. We go underneath hooks or duck. We duck, we go underneath. Or we block it with our shield blocks. Worst case scenario, I say this all the time. Sometimes you're being overwhelmed. You don't know, you don't know what's coming at you. Worst case scenario, you can do, this is what I call putting your helmet on. Look at that. I put my helmet on. My arms are up. My hands are to the side. Look at that. But I'm still seeing. I'm still looking through. That's another concept. You never close your eyes. This is the worst case scenario. This is part of freezing. You close your eyes. You're like, always keep your eyes open. And in class, I would have you doing this little drill on campus. I'd have some of you guys have your shield on and have the other person slapping you. And I want you to keep your eyes open the whole time, moving your head. So worst case scenario, if you're being overwhelmed and you're not up for it, put your shield on, put your helmet on. Look at that, my shoulders are shrugged, my chin is tucked, my hand is up, right? It's really spaced. And you start moving your feet. And generally, I want you to move side to side. Put your shield on side to side. All right, so let's do that. Let's do that 5 times. All right, so let's do all of these. Let's put them all together. Let's do 2 slips, 2 unders, 2 shield blocks, and then I'll say, put your helmet on, and I want you moving side to side in your stance. All right, so let's do 5 of these. You guys ready? All right, ready? Let's go. Slip, under, shield block, put your helmet on, side to side, move your feet, side to side, move side to side, good. Helmet on, put your hand up and high, good. Again, back to your stance, nice and relaxed. Slip, under, shield block, put your helmet on, side to side, good. Why do we not move backwards? If you can move backwards, but the problem with moving backwards is, remember, they can always move faster going forward than you can moving backwards. Also, when you go backward, what's going to happen eventually? You're gonna run into a wall. You're gonna trip maybe. You're gonna fall. So generally, side to side is better than going backwards. Why? Because also, if you go sideways, they have to reset. They have to pivot, and they're not gonna know how to pivot. So they're gonna be off balance. Okay, so those are the general rules of defending yourself. Number 1, use your feet, footwork, get out of there, move. Don't be a standing target. If you can't move your feet, you're moving your head, right? It's good to do both. You can do both. If you can't do that, you better have your block, your armor up. You better have your arms up, have your hands up, right? Nice and tight. Worst case scenario, put your helmet on. Okay, and those are the basics. There's one other one I forgot. It's called the pull. And this is when you can't move your feet. Maybe someone's throwing these big uppercuts at you. They're throwing these, or hooks maybe, and it's called a pull. Look at me, I just pull back, I lean back. You can pull, let's do a little bit of pulling. You're in your stance, and you pull back, and come right back. So you can pull to the right, or you can pull to the left. Let's do that 10 times, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, so you're just pulling your face away. Generally, that's kind of a risky one. Muhammad Ali used to do that all the time in his youth, in his prime, but he used to do that because he was in his youth, in his prime. He was still athletic when he was younger. He can get away with that kind of motion. A lot of us, some of these moves, you want to stay safe, right? Always have your hands up, footwork. But that's the basics. Really, that's the basics of how to defend yourself. Okay? Are you good at it yet? No, you're not. In class, I would have you guys just throwing punches at each other. You guys defending, slips. Then I have you guys throwing hooks at each other. You go underneath, and then back and forth. So after a while, after you do this stuff 100 times or more, it gets programmed. You get used to it. So now, for me, anytime somebody throws punches at me, I don't think about it. I just move. I just move my head. I do it automatically because I've been in that situation over and over again. So the key here is never just stand there with your hands down. Get in your fighting stance. Show that you're ready to be physical. Move the proper way and defend the proper way. There's proper ways of doing everything. If you don't move the proper way, you can get hurt. You can get hit. Okay, good. Okay, so that's the basics of defense. Are we ready for offense, right? Because you cannot defend forever. Eventually, you have to fight back, right? Eventually, you have to go on the offensive. Sometimes the best defense is good offense. Actually, you know what? Let's do a little drill. Before we do that, let's do some more reps. Okay, let's go slip, under, shield block, pull back, helmet on. Let's do that 5 more times. I want to drill that in you. Okay? All right, but at the same time, let's move forward first. So let's move forward and then do it. And then we'll move backwards and then do it again. All right, so we're moving and ready? So move forward. Slip, slip, under, shield block, pull back, put your helmet on. Good. Move backwards. Same thing, a little faster each time. Under, block, pull back, helmet on. Good. Forward, again. Slip, slip, under, shield block. Pull back, helmet on. Good. Move back, same thing, faster. Slip, slip, under, shield block. Pull back, helmet on. Forward, slip, slip, under, shield block, pull back, helmet on. Good. Nice. All right, so we're gonna practice those over and over again. The other thing too, the one other one I forgot, what if they try to hit you in the body, right? Boxers and kickboxers, they get really good because after a while it gets really hard to hit somebody in the head, right? If you know how to move your head, if you know how to defend yourself, it gets really hard to hit that. So sometimes you gotta defend your body, right? You gotta protect your body. The way we do that, we put our elbows tight, and we dip and turn. Look at that. I dip and turn. So let's do that a little. It feels like a little core exercise. Dip and turn, but bend those knees. Make sure your elbows are tight. They're protecting your vulnerable because we also have a liver. We also have these fragile ribs over here that can easily get broken. So dip and turn. Let's go. Let's get 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Wow, nice. All right, good. And in general, the real life situation is you gotta be able to combine all those, get real smooth, right? So we might have to slip, we might have to get underneath, we might have to block, we might have to dip and turn, we might have to pull back, and then do it all over again. Slip, underneath, block, dip and turn. Nice. All right, so that's all defense. That's how we defend ourselves. Good. And we're gonna practice that over and over again. And it's gonna get increasingly more complicated each time. All right, good. All right, now let's learn how to first punch. Let's learn how to fight back. All right, the first punch we're gonna learn is called the jab. The jab is the hand that's in front. Whatever the hand's in front, whatever leg's in front, that hand's in front, that's the jab. It's a nice straight punch. It's a straight punch from your face to their face. Your face to their face. And how do we punch? I want you guys to understand, when you punch, you need to turn your thumb down. Why do we do that? We do that so we can hit with our two big knuckles. These two big knuckles don't break. These little knuckles do break. They're fragile. So the way you do that is you want to punch with your big knuckles. And you always keep your wrist nice and straight. You never want to get it, you keep it nice and straight and you hit with your knuckles. So the jab is from your face to their face. A nice straight line. Boom. Straight line, you turn your thumb down. Turn your thumb down. Some of you, for self-defense, if you feel you have fragile hands, the other options, you can do what's called a palm strike. You hit with the palm, the meaty part of your palm. That part doesn't break either. You can do that, bam, palm strike to the nose, bam. You can. That's another option. In this class, I kind of really want you to learn how to do proper way though. I don't think, like I said, if you punch properly and you hit them right in the nose, right in the chin, you should not break your hand. Sometimes you hit them in the top of the head or something that's different. Okay, anyway, so that's the first punch we're learning. So let's do that, straight punch, and look what's happening with my front leg. I'm kind of turning my hip a little bit. Why did I do that? To get a little more power into it. So let's do a jab, 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 good. And it's not a powerful punch, but it's a fast punch. It's right there, it's so close to them. That's the one. They say it's one of the most important punches because it's right there, bam. So let's do that, let's move forward, jab, let's take a step back and jab. Forward jab, back jab. Forward jab, back jab. We can also do two jabs. Why not? Do two jabs, two quick jabs. They call it the double jab. Let's go. Double jab. Double jab. Jab. We can also jab to the body. How do we jab to the body? We take a little step. We do a little lunge step. Look at that. Boom. You can jab to the face. You can jab to the body. These are all jabs. This is the first punch we learned. There's many different variations. I don't want to confuse you. They're all jabs, right? They're simple. There's a simple jab. There's a little step jab. You step jab. You can jab to the body, jab to the face, 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 jab to the body, Nice. All right, so that's the first punch we learned. We call it the number one, the jab. It's not very powerful, but it sets everything else up. Okay? And there's many different variations to that. I don't want to confuse you yet. The second punch we learned is called the cross. Why do we call it a cross? Because it's across our body. And this one has more power. And it's more power because you're generating across. Look, the jab is here. Yeah, you turn your hip a little bit. But this one, you really turn. Look at my hip. Look at my back leg. It turns. I'm almost putting down a cigar on my back leg. Bam. I'm turning my hip. I'm turning my hips. And then I turn my shoulder. And then I throw a straight cross. Cross. This is the power punch. Jab. So these are really our only two straight punches. We have the jab. We have the cross. Jab, cross. Jab, cross. Jab, cross. Let's try moving first and then jab, cross. Step, jab, cross. Let's move back. Jab, cross. Forward, jab, cross. Back, jab, cross. Forward, jab, cross. Back, jab, cross. And we'll be nice and balanced. Nice and balanced. Jab, cross. Jab, cross. Good. This is our one and our two. This is our first two punches. Our straight punches are straight down the pipe, straight from your face to their face. The back one's the more powerful one. The jab, cross. All right, let's do a little drill. Let's go forward. Let's go jab, cross. Slip, slip. Jab, cross. And then move back and do it all over again. Okay? Let's go. Forward. Jab, cross. Slip, slip. Jab, cross. Move back. Good. Let's step with it. Step forward. Jab, cross. Slip, slip. Jab, cross. Slip back. Again. Forward. Jab, cross. Slip, slip. Jab, cross. Slip back. Move forward. Jab, cross. Slip, slip. Jab, cross. Move back. Again. Forward. Jab, cross. Slip, slip. Jab, cross. Move back. All right. Good. One more time. Forward. Jab, cross. Slip, slip. Jab, cross. Move back. Great. Awesome. Okay, so those are our straight punches. And it seems so simple, 1 and 2, but there's so many different combinations. We can do the jab, cross, right? That's 2 punches. We can do double jab, cross. We can go jab, cross, jab. We can go cross, jab. Right? Think of all the, that's what's so beautiful about martial arts. You learn all the basics and then you create all your own little combinations, your own little strategies. Okay, good. So those are our straight punches. How about our side punches? Okay, so this is the hardest. This is one of the hardest punches to learn. It's called the hook. All right, so I'm in my stance. Now, the hook is a side punch, right? Their jab, cross are nice and straight down the pipe. This hook is a side punch. And I like to imagine my fist, my elbow, and my front leg are all connected, right? Just like a little mannequin or those little dummies. As I turn, right, and I call it, you're turning your hip. I call it slamming the door, right? I just slam the door. And look at my elbow, it's shoulder height. Elbow, shoulder height, my fist. So here to here, I slam the door. So this is a hook. This is a side punch. This is the front hand, this is this hook. Let's practice the hook. They call it the 3. The hook. Turn the hips, turn the hips, turn the hips, turn the hips. And you can hook to the face, or you can hook to the body. It's the same punch, right? Obviously the hook to the face, your elbow, shoulder height, or you can hook to the body, you bring it down a little bit. Hook to the face, hook to the body. And what am I doing with my other hand? I want you to see that. The general concept is whenever you're punching, your other hand is protecting, right? One hand is punching, one hand is protecting. Punching, protecting. Punching and protecting. Why? Because when you punch, you're also vulnerable. They can also punch you back. All right? So punch, one protects. Punch, one protects. All right? All right, so the hook. And really turn. Look at look at my front toe. It's almost turning it's turning sideways. It's turning sideways. Why do I do that? So I can get all the power of my hips. Hips, hips, hips. All right, so that's a hook. That's how we throw a proper hook. And it's the same concept for the other side. All right, we have the front hook. We have the rear hook, the back hook. Front hook, back hook. Look at, I'm turning my toes, turning my hips, just like that little warm-up drill. Hook, 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 hook. And I'm nice and balanced, and I always come back to my stance. I throw the hook, I come right back. Hook, 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 hook. My hands are up, good. Nice. And remember, you can hook to the face, or you can hook to the body shot. The only difference with the body shot, you gotta bend your knees a little bit. Hook to the face, hook to the body. Hook to the face, hook to the body. face, body. Nice. All right, good, good, good. All right, so how do we defend it, right? We already learned how to defend it. So let's try that. Let's go jab, cross, slip, slip. Let's go left hook, right hook, and let's get under, under. Let's do that 5 times. Ready, ready? And hit it. Jab, cross, slip, slip, hook, hook, under, under. Nice. Again. Jab, cross, slip, slip, hook, hook, under, under. Again. Jab, cross, slip, slip, hook, hook, under, under. 2 more times, a little faster now. Jab, cross, slip, slip, hook, hook, under, under. Last time. Jab, cross, slip, slip, hook, hook, under, under. Nice. So that's our hook. All right, good, good, good. All right, and there's a bunch more, but I don't want to get too, I want to save those for tomorrow. But right now, let's get some repetitions, 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 repetitions. Let's go through each one of our punches. All right, so let's start with a jab. And I want you to pivot a little bit. Why not? Let's practice our jab and our pivot at the same time. So we're gonna jab, bring it right back, and then I'm gonna pivot a little bit. Jab, pivot. And I want you to jab and pivot. Jab, pivot. Jab, pivot. And we'll go in both directions if you can. Let's go, let's get 10 of these. Jab, pivot. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Nice. All right, let's try this one here. Let's take a step, and as soon as we land, we throw that cross. And let's move backwards. As soon as we step, we throw that cross. Let's go forward, cross, backward, cross. 10 times. Let's go. 8, 7, 6, 5. Nice and balanced. On your toes. 4. Your other hand is protected. Remember, one's punching, one's protecting. Always. General rule. There's always rules to self-defense, martial arts. Cross. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Nice. And last one. Let's go jab, cross, jab. Let's go jab, cross. Actually, let's mix it up. Just follow along. Let's go jab, cross twice. Let's go. Ready? Jab, cross. Jab, cross. Now let's go double jab, cross. Double jab, cross. 2 jabs, 1 cross. 2 jabs, 1 cross. Let's go. 2 jabs, 1 cross. 2 jabs, 1 cross. Let's go cross, jab, cross. Cross, jab, cross. Cross, jab, cross. Cross, jab, cross. Let's jab to the body, cross to the face. 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 Nice. All right, now let's go jab, hook. To the other side. Jab, hook. Jab, hook. Jab, hook. Jab, hook. Jab, hook. Jab, hook. Let's go cross, front hook. 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 Good. Nice. All right, good, good, good. And last thing, let's do, just to get a lot of reps in, let's do 10 of each. 10 each. All right, ready? Let's go jab, cross first. Jab, cross 10 times. Ready? And hit. Nice and good technique. Let's go. Jab, cross. 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 Nice. And let's go hook. 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 Let's go other side hook. 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 Let's go cross hook. Cross hook. Cross hook. Cross hook. Cross hook. Cross hook. Let's do the other side. Hook, cross. Hook, cross. Hook, cross. Hook, cross. Hook, cross. All right, good. Nice. All right. I think that's good enough for today. I don't want to get too crazy on day one, but we will get progressively more challenging.
Each class will get a little tougher. By next week, we're really going to the first week I kind of want to get you guys in shape. The second, third week, I really try to push you. I really try to get you guys much better cardio. But that's enough for today. I want to make sure there's any questions. Everybody good? But that's a typical class. We're always going to start off with the bodyweight exercises, conditioning. We're always going to learn some new techniques. Every class, I'm going to throw 2 or 3 new moves at you. You're going to learn them, and then we're going to drill them until they kind of stick. Okay? And then that's it. That's basically the class. Also, there's discussions. There's already 2 already. So one of them is a meet and greet. These discussions on Canvas, they're a way for us to interact with each other. So I really want you guys, part of the grade, the way I grade it is to make sure you read the assignment, but also that you gave feedback to another student. So make sure you guys talk to each other, you give feedback. That's the way we kind of bond through Zoom. It's very hard, right? Nobody's really talking except me, but I love hearing you guys' voices. Our discussions are a way for us to interact with each other, okay? So that's basically going to be the basic of the class. So be prepared for 2 discussions a week, Zoom, Monday through Thursday. How do you guys feel about at 9 a.m.? Is that too crazy, or does that interfere with anybody's classes? Or you guys prefer 8? It's up to you. Okay. That's fine. No. We'll keep it at 8. That's the way it is. It is what it is. Okay, great. Besides that, I cut the class a little short today because I wanted to. I know a couple people had some questions, but other than that, that's basically it. Like I said, if you come late though, make sure what I do here at the end of each class is I go to participants and I screenshot. I mostly do it at the beginning of class. I usually forget at the end. So make sure you guys are all full names. So all of you got 20 points today. So 1 down. We have 19 more classes to go. All right. So if you care about your grade, which most of you should, I know some people don't or are taking a class but the way I grade is on attendance. Just show up and do the discussions, and just don't bomb the midterm final. You should be fine. Most of you should get A's, okay? Besides that, always communicate. Let me know if there's any issues, if you can't make a class, and we'll figure out from there. All right, everybody good? Yeah, it'll be on a pay-per-view, or you can actually order it. I'm on social media. My social media is TigerFit. Instagram? What is it? Instagram? TigerFit_1. So I post everything on there. So if you want to follow my fights, I usually win. I'm actually fighting a really tough guy though. This guy's it's actually John Jones' sparring partner. He's a dangerous guy. So I really got to be. If I have my A game, I'm gonna destroy this guy. If I don't, it's gonna be an ugly fight. We'll find out. My situation is I'm always training. I love to train, but I'm also old. I'm ancient for a fighter. I'm actually 45. So for a fighter, that's pretty ancient. I fight guys half my age sometimes. But I love it. For me, it's not just the fighting. For me, it's the martial. I love the martial arts because it forces you to grow. It forces you to always be training, and it's a lifestyle. To be a martial artist, you always have to be eating properly. You have to sleep properly. You have to take your vitamins. You can't be partying and screwing around. To me, it's very spiritual. I love the whole martial arts. I'm gonna be really depressed when I finally have to retire, but I'm sure I'll find something else. But yeah, if you want to follow me, it's on TigerFit_1 on Instagram. I post everything on there. I put little clips here and there. But besides that, yeah, I do have a fight next Sunday. So hopefully my face is not too beat up. I'm actually glad the class started a week early, so you see me before that. But besides that, this is a typical class, so be used to this. Each class will get a little tougher. I'm going to push you guys. The first week I'm going to hold back a little bit, but the second, third week I like you guys to be really sweaty. That shows me that that we're in the right place. Okay. Anyways, besides that, any questions? Thank you, Dick. Everybody good? All right, great jobs, everybody. So you can always email me. Everything's through Canvas. The discussions are there. You can get started on those. I do feel bad. I know it's 5 weeks, but you guys signed up for this. It's condensed. I probably cut out 20% of the stuff, but I still kind of expecting a lot from you guys. You got to be here 4 times a week, and you have to do those discussions. All right. Some of them are pretty fun. Some of them are a little more tedious, but for the most part, each one is useful. Each one has a point. They're going to improve you as a martial artist. They're going to improve your self-defense. I really feel at the end of this class, you should be able to handle yourself.
I don't care if it's Zoom. You should be able to. You'll know what to do. At the very least, you're going to know how to defend punches. You're going to know how to you throw groin strikes and knees to the groin, or you're going to learn how to get out if someone tries to hold you down or take you down or something like that. All right, anyways, everybody good? All right, everybody, great job. First class. It was kind of easy today. We're going to push the pace a little bit tomorrow, but we'll get after it, all right? Everybody, glad to meet you. If you have any questions, please stay after, and I'll see you tomorrow. We'll be back at it, 8 a.m.